That defensive line, Bruce Irvin out there, Josh Pascal, you see Romeo Okwara with the same. They look like a completely different defensive line when they played against that Broncos team that have been playing pretty good at the offensive line spot. Just talk about how they got going and how they looked in that moment last week, last Saturday.
Well, I mean, Brandon, that defense set the tone for that game.
Yes.
The offense took a little while to get going. And we've seen times this year where when the offense hasn't started quickly, all of a sudden they're down 7-0, 10-0, 14-0. And because that wasn't the case, the offense could just kind of find its traction and start moving, which they did with 5 consecutive touchdown drives and 6 out of 7 to close the game. So, man, I think a lot of the credit for that game, while the scoreboard might say offense, was the defense.
Yeah.
And I think they really challenged Russell Wilson to beat them. They were sending blitzes left and right. And I just think that they really thought that they could put the pressure on him and that he was going to have a tough time taking advantage of that. And the one thing that Dan Campbell said to me when the last thing we did in the week, recording the pregame show for the radio, he just talked about Cortland Sutton, and he said, basically, that's job 1, job 2, and job 3 is stopping him. Because that's Russ's guy. That's who Russ leans on. That's who Russ throws it up to. And Cam Sutton did a great job on him. And there was a couple times, obviously, where he had to be out there by himself because they were blitzing. So I thought it was just a great game plan. And I'm really intrigued now to see how they deal with Nick Mullins because, do they go after him the same way, bring the blitzes, try to put the pressure on him, try to get him to make some mistakes like he did against Cincinnati, knowing that on the back end, if you don't get there, they got the best receiver in football. Addison's a hell of a player, and we all know Hawkins is a heck of a player. So to your original question, yeah, man, that defense did a heck of a job. Was great to see Pascal break through with a sack. We've been waiting for that. Need more of it. And obviously Irvin is a guy who's still got some juice in the engine, with his 11 to 15 snaps or whatever he ends up getting. So, man, more of that is what they need, and they're going to need that this week to not let that crowd explode and go crazy in Minneapolis.